What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna have a little bit of fun. If it looks like I'm in the bathroom, it's because I am. So this is a commercial toilet, but you might have the same problem at home. They're kind of wobbly, and you're getting a funny smell. It's probably because your flange underneath is broke. Don't worry, the problem's not that hard. We can get it done together. Let me show you how. Hopefully, I can save you a lot of money. Let's give it a go. First thing we're gonna wanna do is turn this off. This is how you turn these guys off. But yours is probably gonna be in a hose down there. So you're going to wanna unhook that hose either from the bottom of your bowl or the wall, doesn't matter. You need it off. I'm gonna disconnect this. It's basically the same thing. So no water is going to it because we're gonna move this toilet. Now, next thing you're going to want to do is remove the water from here. You can use a shop vac, or they sell this at Home Depot. It's not too bad. They have many different ways of doing it. Let's see the one hand. Oh no, it's not one handed. Now, after all the water is gone, you want to probably have a little cap right there on those. Pop those off, and we're going to loosen these up the best we can. Take them all the way off. The bolts will stay there, hopefully, but the nut will come all the way off. Now don't get scared if your bolt is all wobbly and loose, because that's actually part of your problem. Now you're going to want to keep these. Don't lose them because you're going to reuse them. After we get those bolts loose, after we get the bolts loose off of both sides, then we're going to pick it up and move it. Your tank will be here, but that's fine. Leave it all together. Here's the best way I found out to do it. Right over top, like you're sitting on it backwards, and lift straight up and walk backwards. Here we see, yes, it's broken. That thing is shattered. That's why the bolts weren't holding on to anything. That's broken. That's broken. This is what we need to replace. This is just the wax seal. So we're gonna get all this, work it off. There is your flange. This goes inside the pipe down there. And we need to get all of this out so we can replace this. They make options you put on top and screw on, but you know, let's do it right the first time. Get all this off. So now that I got everything cleaned up, this one, you may not have it at home, but this one here has a couple of screws that you try to get out, you know, because they screwed it down. Yours may not be, because it's also glued and screwed. Kind of like this job. So those screws weren't coming out right now. What I'm gonna do is break the plate, but that'll take the pressure off, so then I can get them out after that. But before we do any of that, you're gonna take an old rag, ball it up, put it down in there. That way it'll catch anything we drop in there. So when I'm cutting, I'm gonna make notches here and there, different ways, so we can get pieces out. I've seen people come in with a heat gun and pull it off and everything. This is just what I have, and it's easier. You can use a hacksaw. You can use just about anything that's gonna cut it. But don't cut into that pipe. You only wanna cut the flange part. So you're gonna stop short. All right, now that I have my relief cuts in there, here's the outside of the pipe and here's the inside. You can see I didn't cut all the way through, but try to get in there, get you a big old screwdriver. Some doesn't have to be as bent as this one, but this one's lived a hard life. Let me tell you. So we're gonna try to get in here. In between the two. See? Starts to come up. And that's why we put the towel in there, to catch anything that may snap off or pop out of the way. Just slowly peel it out. Well, then we're left with this open hole. This thing has been messed up before, but we're gonna work with it. Right? Right. Now I got everything out of the way, best I could. Vacuumed up and everything. I put these in these sides. Say, wait, don't you normally put it in these? Well, when I pulled it out, it was in these ones. So I'm gonna put it back in those ones. First thing we're gonna do is take out our rag here that has all the stuff in it. Next thing we're gonna do, a little primer. That side. And around here. Then we're going to take this blue. Go around, around. Same thing with the flange. Make sure you get enough glue. Take this. And give it a wiggle, push, make sure it looks right about nice and level because the toilet's sitting this way. And yep, there we go. Now we're gonna let that sit and dry. Well, I go have some lunch after I wash my hands. So after it dried and now I got some lunch in me, we're come to another part, the finishing part. This is a wax ring. This is what keeps all the stinky smell, the water from accidentally pouring out and coming all over your floor. So if you have a stinky smell or just water starts coming out from under your toilet, this may be all you have to do. Clean off the old one and put a new one on. So we'll do this next. Sure. Right about there. Pick it up. Get it right there. About as center as we can. This is where we come back to the same part. Sit backwards on your potty again. Pick it up. And as straight as you possibly can, line up those bolt holes. Put it in. Push gently till it hits just so, and it's on the ground. Remember those washers I told you not to lose? We'll go find them again and put these back on. Tighten them up till they're nice and snug, but don't go too hard on them. After they're nice and snug, that's wax ring, it's not poo. Doesn't wiggle. It's nice and tight. Go ahead and hook your line back up to your toilet. And I'm going to do this one while you do that one up to your tank. So once you have it all hooked up and let the bowl fill back up, you usually have a bowl, this doesn't. No water. That's what we really want to look for. No water coming out. And stir it. Good to go. Let's move on to the next one. Also, we're gonna get it straight right now. I am not a plumber. I don't claim to be a plumber. Did I do this wrong? Check the comments, I'm sure I did. Did I do it and it works?